You got hurt months ago. You slipped and fell. Maybe you got in a car accident. Maybe you had a dog bite situation. And now you're wondering, is it too late to do something about it? I want to be straight with you here. In New Mexico, if you run the statute of limitations, even the strongest personal injury case will totally disappear. So let's talk about deadlines, exceptions, and how to protect yourself before time runs out. I talk to folks all the time across our state who've been in accidents and want to know or waited too long to call a lawyer, right? They wanted to be in a position to move forward and just didn't know what to do. Sometimes they maybe didn't think their injuries were serious, or they were hoping that insurance would do the right thing, which unfortunately in my experience doesn't happen too much. And other times they really just didn't even know there was a deadline, right? They didn't know that this was something they were stuck with. Here's the deal. In most personal injury cases in New Mexico, you have 3 years from the date of the accident to file a lawsuit. That doesn't mean to file a claim with your insurance or to get medical care. What that means is they have to file the case in that timeline. And there are even exceptions to that rule, right? Let's say you get hurt on a city sidewalk or you get hit by a city bus. You have to give the governmental agency or the state 90 days notice, and then you also have 2 years from the date of accident to file a lawsuit. If it's a wrongful death case, that timeline is still 3 years, but starts from the date of death. And then if there's a minor child who's injured, the timeline may be extended, but you need to talk to an attorney to figure out what that looks like. I'm Damon Hudson. I'm a personal injury attorney here in New Mexico. I've helped people who've called me a couple days before the statute, right, to file that lawsuit, and I'm happy to help them and make things work. However, there are times people have called and it's been a couple days after, right? There is nothing that I can do at that point. Either way, it's better to know your options before you get to that point and are really stuck without being able to bring a claim. So let me give you a few quick steps of what you should do if you think you might have a case, right? Call an attorney. Give me a call, anybody, but you need to know what your options are so you can get a timeline and understand how to proceed. Step 2, let's figure out if there are any unique circumstances, right? A governmental entity, something that changes that timeline. Maybe it's a federal government entity that you need to sue. That can change things. And 3, if you've still got time, use it wisely. Let's not waste a second on making sure that you get justice for someone else's negligence harming you. If you've been sitting on your case, don't wait another day. Don't put yourself in that position. Every week that passes makes it harder to gather records, get witnesses, get the information that you need. And once the statute of limitations expires, it's done for. Nothing any lawyer can do about that. And I really hate having to explain that to clients, that they've lost a claim just because they waited or something came up. So give me a call, send me a message. Let's talk about how we can potentially help you with your case. Here's the bottom line. If you act now, you keep the door open, right? You don't have to proceed to litigation, but then if you do, you're able to protect your medical bills, your pain and suffering, your lost wages, anything you lost. If you wait too long, you're locked out, period. That's it. That's all you can do. You've got enough to deal with. Let me worry about the deadlines, and you focus on getting better. If you found this helpful, please subscribe. Right? I try to post content about like this fairly frequently, or at least once a week, to kind of help people what to do in New Mexico after an accident, an injury, or something of that nature. And if you're not sure where you stand, reach out, right? I'm happy to walk you through it. It's free for a consultation. Otherwise, have a great day.